Hello and welcome to Sam's on Wrestling and our brand new intro.
Pretty cool.
It's really cool. It's the best thing we've ever done. Thanks to music from Combat Jones from Ringside Renaissance. Go check out their channel. They're also brilliant, but he's also a fantastic little musician.
Oh, absolutely.
He's so good. He's also done our outro as well. We've got a new outro. Yeah. New outro music as well. So yeah, look at the new intro. Whoa, there it is. We're going up in the world.
Exactly. We've been repackaged.
We have been repackaged a little bit. Look at us, still wearing the same clothes. But you know, it hasn't been repackaged. Me as the champion of the predictions. 3-1, Sam.
I'm still waiting for my push. I am doing you the favour a lot here. I'm being very generous, a big team player.
You've got to put the big nasty heel over to get the big win.
Well, that's what's coming now. This is where
you
this
losing that WrestleMania was like WrestleMania 39. It was Cody.
Oh, very much so.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But we are going to do another predictions video. Yes, 3 in a week.
Yeah, heavy.
However, this one we're not going to know the results for an entire year because yes, we are going to attempt to predict. We were really bad at this when we had 4 months. Yeah. Let's see what happens when we have 12. We're going to try and predict 8 matches each that will appear on the WrestleMania 42 card. Now, here are the rules. Can be different from our one that we did last week, where we saw the results from the December one. This one, if you get one right at all, it is worth 2 points because you're so far away. We are going to do another WrestleMania card predictions during our Christmas series at the end of 2025. Those will be all worth 1 point. And even if you don't predict those 8 matches to be repeated, if any of these 8 matches turn up, you'll still get 2 points. So essentially, you're giving yourself like 22 options to get points.
Yeah.
There's what it is. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to predict it way in advance. You took this way too seriously. I did this prediction before Mania had even started.
Yes, you did. I wanted to watch Mania so I could go, right, does Seth actually turn heel, etc., and see what's going on so I can make a good educated guess. And I think, Sam, this will be your downfall.
Maybe.
Your overconfidence is your weakness.
It could be. And before we get into our predictions, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We're on the push for our 365. That's the one I want. That's my magic number for October the 1st. I would love to get that. But let's get into our WrestleMania 42 prediction. Now, we're only going to predict 8 matches. We're not going to predict 14 because it gets a bit silly and we don't want to be too much. Which means if there are people missing, there are 6 other matches that we could have had and we didn't pick. So, for example, Sam, genuinely, I'm going to let you know this now. Yeah. I don't have Seth Rollins.
You don't?
Not at all.
You think he's going to blow his knee out again?
He might get injured. I have no idea. I didn't know what to fit him on the things
Sam,
that I'm
was one of the
predicting.
easiest people for me.
I'm not going with the match that I think is the easiest. I'm going to go away from it. I've decided, right? So, let's kick off. Is there a particular person or match you would like to start with, Sam?
Okay, this is a bit of an obscure one.
Go and start with obscure. Could you just do me a favour? When you predicted WrestleMania 41 card, you did the New Day triple threat and you talked for 4 minutes. So
I'll condense it. I've gone the women's IC match.
Oh my god, you didn't even put that on this year's card. They didn't even put it on this year's card.
I've decided literally, I've gone, this is probably going to be a match. Hopefully they just throw a belt on it, is what I've gone.
Okay.
I've gone Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez. I think they're going to do a little bit of a $1 Million Man and Virgil-esque story. And Raquel's going to turn face and face Liv. And if that happens, I'm a genius.
I wouldn't have Liv turn, I'd have Raquel turn, but I actually think that's a very good...
No, I'm having Raquel turn face.
I don't have Liv on the card either.
Bastard.
Again, I've done the same thing.
Who do you have on the card?
No one. I like that. I actually like that. I'm a big fan.
And you can have a title on it or not, but I think that would be their big story. It can progress for quite a while.
Oh, okay.
Because they've just lost the tag title, so Liv can start to get a bit disgruntled with Raquel. It's all there, Sam.
I like it. I like the fact you always put a belt on the line. There's no reason not to put a belt on the line. I like it. Oh, do you know what, right? I'll throw in my women's match that might be quite obscure to you anyway.
Go on.
I'm going to pick Tiff. This could be for the women's world title, to be fair. And she's going to go one-on-one with Mariah May.
I thought you said Mariah Carey. Yeah, Carey there.
Mariah May.
Ooh.
AEW's current Mariah May, whose contract ends around the summer.
Right.
And she's already stated, I want to go to WWE.
It is.
And I see her skipping NXT. I can see her doing that. Or at the very least, I can see her doing it for a few months. And her and Tiff, a lot of people called Tiff Timu Mariah May. A lot of people called Mariah May Timu Tiff. Ergo, let's put the two of them in the ring. Mariah May is the face. Timu Tiffany Stratton as the heel. Yeah. And let's go. I think that could be a good fun match. They want to keep pushing Tiff because you're going to lose her to Hollywood at some point. So, even though she can't act. That's much.
Isn't required for Hollywood anyway. So
I like those two. I think
that's a good shout. Again, this is me not following all of the dirt sheets and stuff enough and all the backstage stuff enough because I didn't know that.
She's a massive WWE fan.
No, I just didn't know her contract.
And let's be honest, she won Best Heel Turn in our awards because her heel turn against Toni Storm was incredible. And literally, the minute she won the title, they did nothing with her until they brought Toni Storm back, had an amazing match, and then again, nothing. AEW don't know how to book women unless you are the number one. So, do you have any other women's matches you'd like to do?
I have two.
Oh, I've got two more as well.
Oh, there we go. Should we just do them first?
Go on then, Sam.
I've got Rhea Ripley. This has been my Women's World Championship. I've got this as being Rhea as a heel, and she's fighting Lyra Valkyria. I've gone giving her a bit of a push. I've gone, you know what? They're going to push someone else into the stratosphere.
Love it.
And I've gone, that's the Women's World title match.
I don't think that will happen because I don't think Lyra is a good enough promo.
No, but then how many great women promos are there currently on the main roster? And I think she's really
why
good.
There aren't that many women's matches on the card. Everyone keeps asking for it unless they need to build the women's division and the women's characters more because their in-ring work's good enough. Now we need to give them the characters to back it up. That's why Chelsea Green's so great. That's why I'm amazed they put it on the card, to be honest. I also have a Rhea Ripley. And I've got it for the world title, but I do not have her against Lyra Valkyria. I've got her against Jade Cargill.
Interesting. Great match.
Oh, I think it's time.
I've got a different avenue.
I assume, but I think it's time for Jade, Rhea Ripley, because I think they're going to do Jade and Charlotte maybe SummerSlam. Because they keep eyeballing each other on SmackDown, even if they're nowhere near each other. Right. I think Jade will sort of deal with Bianca, and I think they're going to be pushing Jade to beat people throughout the year to coronate her at WrestleMania. I think Rhea will be a heel by this point, and I want to see. You know when they say Big B says, I want big sweaty men slapping meat. I want to see very, very large, powerful women slapping meat.
Whatever floats your boat, you know.
But in this case, I want to watch those two. I think it'll be great.
I think it'll be great as well.
And I think it could main event because I would have Jade win the Women's Royal Rumble.
Fair.
And I wonder if that's who I predict when we do our predictions of the entire 2026, the end of the year. What's your other women's match?
So I've got a different route here.
Yeah.
They're going to turn Bianca heel. She's going to be the champion, the WWE champion. And this is where Jade faces Bianca. Because you're facing your mentor. So Bianca's turned heel. And you're facing the person who kind of brought you in. That's the match for me.
I just don't see it making Mania. I can see that being done SummerSlam. I think that's SummerSlam night 1 or night 2.
Could be, well, you did just say Jade and Charlotte, so...
Oh, no. That could be there. I think Jade and Charlotte... I'm talking of that with whole year. They could do SummerSlam. That could be SummerSlam. I think we're getting that over the course of the year. If they can make it last, that's a long time to make it last.
I just think Jade could win the Rumble. I think you could easily make it.
And bring it back, maybe, after already... Maybe. I think it's a good shout. We don't hear my random shout.
Go on.
I've decided I'm looking at two women who may not have much longer left or may not have many big matches or big moments left. They keep both getting injured or going off to do parenthood or they're big stars. And I think it's time that they finally actually have a WrestleMania match. I'm predicting Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. I think it... Yeah, I know. I'm not booking what I want.
A lot of energy just sapped out of me.
I'm not booking what I want. I think they've only had one... there are two matches at WrestleMania, but both of them were triple threats. And they've never really had a story between the two of them. Because every time the Becky thing happened, they were off feuding with Ronda Rousey not that long afterwards. So I'm predicting that they might finally actually have a showcase at a WrestleMania. And I'm going for Charlotte versus Becky because they need to both be on the card. But I want to build other stars with other titles. So I'm going Charlotte and Becky, non-title probably.
I just fought off the urge to sleep there. I do apologise. That was, yeah.
Leave Becky alone.
No, Becky's fine. It's just when you pair with Charlotte, it all gets very political and stroppy. So, yeah, it wouldn't enthuse me. But again, it's predictions, so you may be right, Samuel.
Let's go with some mid-cardy stuff. Go on, give me a mid-card. Anything mid-card.
My IC Championship match is Jey Uso is back in the mid-card when he belongs against Logan Paul. I think that's a little nice matchup.
I think that's a great shout.
Jey versus Logan.
I think that's a fantastic shout. The only issue you run into that is if Jey has run out of momentum by that point.
No, I'm banking on it, Sam. He's back in the mid-card.
No. I mean really run out of momentum. It'd be very interesting to see if he can sustain that for an entire year, because you're right, I think he'll be back in the mid-card. Yeah. And if he still has decent crowd reactions, I agree. Yeah. I actually think that's very good. No, well thought. I don't have Jey. I've not got Jey.
Probably should. He has just won the Rumble and
I don't think. I don't care. Again, there's 8 matches.
I don't care either. But...
There's 8 matches. I haven't got Seth, Sam.
I'm fascinated to see what you have put.
Yeah, so I haven't. Well, I've thought more mid card actually than main event. To be fair, I've gone more mid card. It's very interesting. My probably most mid card match actually. I'll go then. I've got Braun Breaker. I'm not putting me in the main event yet. I still think we've got too many big people at the top in the way. But I then thought to myself, is he going to be IC? Is he US? Is he going to be in that neck of woods? Or do we need to have a showcase match? And I've decided we need a showcase match for Bron Breakker.
Goldberg.
No. I've gone the complete opposite direction to you. You've gone Legend Showcase. I've gone New Guy Showcase. I'm predicting Bron Breakker versus Obafemi from NXT. I think by now he should have been called up already. He had a great one at Stand and Deliver. I think it's time that we get Obafemi because, oh my God, Sam.
He's great.
Megastar. Yeah. And let's put him against Bron. Let's put it on the big stage. Let's do it. Why not? Some of these matches I've predicted is the element of also going, we're probably going to get them wrong. So I'm kind of like floating, hedging bets a little bit. So that's why I haven't got Seth, because I'm like, oh, Seth could be facing this person. That's too many options. So I've gone that route. But I think I just want to watch that. I want to watch it.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
It'd be amazing.
I'd pay money.
And I think it would be great as an IC. Could be great as a World Heavyweight. It could be even that far. But a showcase match between those two, and then you can start building one or if not both of them after the WrestleMania 42 to really go for the main event. Because I think that's the time I would then go for the main event. Bron needs another year taking on some really good people like your AJ Styles and stuff like that. Maybe can win the IC title back at some point, or the US if he's on SmackDown. That's the rate I'm going to go. Sam, another one then. So I assume we're now getting close to the main event scene, I assume?
We are now in the main event scene. These are my main 4 matches.
Okay, these are probably my main... Well, I've got 3 main ones, and I've got 1 half-half.
Yeah, my first one is CM Punk versus Gunther.
You're going to go CM Gunther, right?
This could be for the world title. It could not be. I've got it as not being, but it very easily could be. I was running out of people for Punk to face that really interested me. So I think this very much could be a title match.
I'll save my CM Punk to last then.
I'll
save him for last.
Cody, haven't you?
I'll save him for last.
But
should you hear my Gunther match?
Go on.
This could be for the world title. It could just be a match. I have actually put into it world title because it could be a world title. I've got Gunther, Penta.
Oh, no, not for me.
Have you never seen their matches before?
No, I'm sure they're quite good, but I don't
they made each other
not for Mania.
They made each other bleed via chopping. This match, honestly, could be spectacular, and I think if they keep pushing Penta, he is your brand new luchador that they're desperately trying to get to crack the Mexican market. They've just have AAA. They need to have someone as a megastar. Penta is it. His promos will get better by that point. His matches are already brilliant. He's already a megastar with the entrance. I think Gunther versus Penta, even if it's not for the world title, I said it didn't have to be for the world title.
If it's not for the world title, I'm on board. If it's for the world title, I'm not on board.
But I think it could happen in the world title. I think it'd be spectacular, and I want to see Gunther Penta run it back and slap each other to bleed in the chest. That's what I'm looking for. Gunther versus Penta, and I'm excited for the match that hasn't even been booked. I'm looking forward to it, Sam. I really want it. Go on then, Sam. Give me another one.
My next one is Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. This is where Seth goes on the card.
Right.
Because I think Roman's that part-time, they will be able to drag the Seth thing out till Mania. That's my theory.
And you'll see, I'll just cover the matches that I haven't done yet. You'll notice I originally had Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. I did have it, and I scribbled it out, and I'm glad we did, so we don't have the same ones, because I've gone Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, because I'm kind of just trying to will it into existence.
Please. Give us it, please.
Because they had a terrible match at 35 when Roman came back.
Oh yeah, that wasn't even.
And it was a nothing. And I just think Drew needs to be in a focused position at a WrestleMania because he is that good. And if you can't, like all the other guys, they can be in other matches. Seth, I assume, will be in something big, and I don't know what it is in my head because I've gone for these. But like for me, Drew needs to be in a position that could even be for the title again. It could be for the main event. Could be Drew getting really annoyed again. Whatever it is. Roman going, you're not better than me. You think you're the number one, I'm the number one. Whatever storyline, I don't care. But in my head, Drew needs to be in a prominent position. And the person I thought the best person to face, I couldn't say Seth because I thought they'd both be heels by that point. And we've already done we've already done CM Punk Drew so much.
Yeah.
And could have been Cody. That was my other option that I picked, but I've got Cody doing something else. So I went, let's go Roman Drew. That's why I got scribbled up to head, Roman Seth. Same as you, I thought, but I went, because that match should have happened at WrestleMania already by now.
Yeah.
And you know what? Out of all the ones that I think I'm probably wrong on, that's the number one I'm wrong on. Yeah. And I probably will predict Roman and Seth in my real predictions in December, but at least I've got that in the back pocket, Sam. Hedge the bets. Hedge the bets.
No, I'm doubling down. I'll double the points for Roman and Seth.
I will give you 3 points.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'll give you 3 points for it.
I want the December points and these points.
If you predict something in December and it's the same as this, you will get 3 points.
That's what I mean. I'm doubling down.
Absolutely 100%. You will. Right. Main events then, I assume, Sam.
Yeah. So my world title, because I agree with everything said about Drew, I'm having Drew McIntyre as probably the champion. If this match happens, he'll be the champion. Against Sami Zayn. Finally give Sami a big moment.
Hang on, didn't someone predict that for this year's WrestleMania? That might have been me.
Yeah. I'm giving Sami the big moment here because I was thinking, okay, The world title, where's that going to go? Because I can see Drew winning it quite quickly, but I could also see Seth winning it. But Seth won't take it all the way to Mania.
No.
He won't.
He'll get injured.
Yeah, exactly. So I've hedged my bets. I've gone Drew, and who could Drew face? Because I originally went, I want Punk to fight for the title, and I went, we're not having that match again. And then I was really struggling because we're not doing Jay. I don't want to do another Jay thing. I just refuse out of principle. So I've gone Sami Zayn, finally give him his big moment because he's never had that big world title win. So I'm giving it to him.
Sam, I'm also giving Sami Zayn that big.
Oh, yeah.
I'm having Sami win the Rumble at the moment.
I might as well. Who are you having him face?
CM Punk.
Heel Punk.
I've got heel Punk and babyface Seth Rollins because not Sami Zayn because Cena will be gone. Roman is now face. Who's your number one heel? Is it Seth?
Probably. Or could Drew fill that?
That's what I'm saying. But is that to really put your person over? I think CM Punk at some point in his career at WWE will want to do a heel turn, and I'm predicting that Cena and Punk could be involved in a heel turn with each other, with Cena having his arc at the end of the year potentially. But I think CM Punk will at some point go for the world or WWE title. I don't care which one. I've actually written WWE here for this one because I would rather have Punk win the WWE title than the world title. Yeah. And I think a Sami Zayn is a fresh match. I've never seen it before. It's new. It'll be interesting. And so I'm talking main event level. That's what I'm talking about here. And I want to do it. So we've both got Sami Zayn. We're both going for the Sami. Yeah. You went Drew, which I picked this year, and I've gone for Punk. Yeah. So where have you got Cody?
I've literally just reverted to my Mania 41 prediction because I clearly predicted it a year too early. I've gone for the WWE Championship in the main event, Cody Rhodes versus heel Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah. I've not got Randy Orton the card again.
Wow.
Sam, I'm doubling down. Yeah. Cody versus The Rock. It's happening.
Because when I was writing this down, I was about to do Cody The Rock, and then I thought, you know what? I'm sick of thinking and banking on The Rock's going to do this big match when he's clearly not. He was only going to do Mania 40 because he probably wanted that to be his last match originally against Roman. And you know what? For once, I'm actually just going to take The Rock at his word. And he said, this Cody feud between me and him doesn't need to have a physical match. So I'm just going to go, you know what? In The Rock's own mind, his twisted, warped reality mind, he thinks that that's okay and that he'll never have to have a match and he'll be in Hollywood somewhere and not turn up. So I'm going, you know what? I'm sick and tired.
I'm going to call your bluff.
Yeah. I'm calling the bluff. I'm taking you out of Mania 42 before you're even in it. And let's have Cody Randy.
But I'm actually calling his bluff because I'm saying he is going to have a match and it's going to be Rock and Cody. Because what does Cody do? Cody needs to be in a big match. He's just had 3 big matches. He needs to be in a 4th, I think. And then at this point, you can then consider the Cody heel turn and that being your number one heel. Because I think by this point, Punk will also be getting close to wine. And let's be honest, when every Punk match he's in, he looks gassed. Yeah, he's still working well. He's still working well. He's still having good matches. He's not being carried.
No,
so let's end that narrative. At no point has he been carried in any match at all. It's just nonsense. But he definitely looks gassed. Yeah. And there's definitely an element of working around him at least around the 20-minute mark.
Would they trust him not to get injured for a long time?
That is also a thing. So my thought process is to just go balls to the wall with Punk, get him win the WWE Championship at some point. Could even take it off Seth if Seth wins it.
Who would be your new number one babyface then?
Oh, that's the interesting. Well, Sami Zayn's a big one, but he's still not young. So this is why I've got the Bron Breakker and Oba Femi thing to showcase them to then go, right, it's time for one of you to be pushed to the moon, and I would be looking at a Bron Breakker. Is probably
not Jey Uso.
No, no. So it's interesting because people, who have you got missed off the card? Because I've got Jey Uso missing.
Bron's not on mine. I mean, I'd put him on, but you've only got 8 matches.
Yeah. And I've got Seth missing because you could see why I struggle to put him on because I want to do Roman Drew, I want to do Rock Cody, and Punk Sami Zayn. So it's like, where do you go Seth to do?
Seth uses Punk feud really quickly, so you can't do that anymore.
So I'm going to wait to know what to do with Seth come. December time when we get it wrong again. Yeah. Hey, we get a lot right, but it's only predicting Triple H's writing 5 months out. Not great. No. But those are our matches. What do you think? I want to actually know from you. Genuinely want to know from you. What have you currently got in your mind for WrestleMania 42? Will I be holding this when we do the results of the WrestleMania 42 card.
No chance.
Which will
No
happen.
chance.
This video is The Rock Cena.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
So
Twice in a lifetime.
Twice in a lifetime. One whole year. We won't find out
Yeah.
who gets these points as well as the actual points from the normal in December for one whole year. Will I still be the champion?
No, no chance.
Will I have broken my leg and be out of WrestleMania?
Yeah, I'll be talking to Ellie Mae this time.
Yeah. Because she started watching wrestling finally.
Yeah.
What do you think? We generally want to know from you. Thank you very much for joining us. And we are now on the road to WrestleMania 42.
Oh.
We are out of
Long
WrestleMania
road
41. Let's see what they do in the build for the next few years. I think Triple H is going to have to improve after having a great 2 years up to Mania 40. I think he had an okay back end of 24. And I think, relatively speaking, it's not been a great 25. I would say it's been lackluster. Not poor, not bad. Hasn't felt special. So let's see what happens as we build towards the end of 25 and into WrestleMania 42 or WrestleMania 26. What do you think, Sam?
I'm happy with that, and I think this is, as I've said many times, it's the year of Baby Samuel. It's happening. The redemption arc starts now.
It doesn't.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
It really doesn't. I'd wait till 2025. Because that's when they get the results for this. So 2026. I'd wait for 2026.
No chance.
Redemption, you can start the redemption in 2026. I think I'm going to dominate for 2025.
No chance.
I'm saying this now. Sam versus Sam, as well as the predictions, I'm going to dominate from this point onward.
From this point now,
the genesis of me.
You really couldn't think of a better line.
Was my face, so me.
Yeah, I noticed that it was yours. Show it to the camera. Hard cam, Sam. Hard cam.
Hard cam time. Me. We'll see you next time, guys. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Me.